He's moving.
So firstly, I want to say thank you for making it this far and continuing to watch. I know, like I said and warned you, it's very sensitive content, but I really wanted to put this out here to spread awareness, release, and also celebrate my babies in a sense. Today's my solar return. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I really wanted to post it for their solar return, but I don't know, I kept going back and forth. Every time I try to make the video, it's always something in the way. It's like too many people at the park, something goes on. It's raining right now. If you hear those, I hope it's not too distracting. But you know what? Something was just like, okay, if you don't make it now, then you're probably never gonna make it. So that's the goal, and I feel like this is something people need to hear. I've been called to make this video for a very long time, so I just appreciate everybody that's here and that's watching. I'm gonna make it very short, simple, and straight to the point. I'm gonna be expressing deeper what I went through with the hospital, with people in my life, and then just the overall situation. Starting off with the hospital, it was a very, very traumatic experience. I'm not gonna lie. They were very sensitive to the situation, but I feel like as doctors, as people that studied the craft for 7+ years, it just should have been more efficient. It should have been more, I don't know how to explain it. Just something was off. I know that everything happens for a reason. So if you can't even grasp that concept, you can't even be an associate in my life, let alone be with me or anything along those lines. Like, yes, unfortunate things happen, but nothing in your life is a coincidence. So I really, really want to express that right now before I get into other stuff I'm gonna get into. As far as the hospital, when I rushed there, they were just continuously asking me so many questions, like so many questions. And I wasn't supposed to give birth at that hospital, but it was still connected to the hospital that I was going to, if that makes sense. So long story short, they had all my information. And the nurses, whatever they were, the front desk people, they were kind of doing too much. Like, they were swifty with like getting me in the room. They put me in the wheelchair, got me in the room, but then they kept asking me questions. I feel like when you see somebody in distress, when you see, I'm in an emergency room, so when you see that it's clearly an emergency, you need to be on that as a doctor. For you to spend 7+ years, some of y'all spend 14. It was just ridiculous. And that's like one of the major things I wanted to highlight. It wasn't until a real doctor got into the room that she was just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna check you, we're gonna see what's going on, whoop-de-woo. I was 10 centimeters dilated, like I said in the beginning. She was like, yeah, we need to go now, like we need to get her to the delivery room, like now. And everybody's like, oh, and I get it, it's an emergency. Sometimes everybody doesn't have the best reactions in those points, but y'all in a hospital, like y'all trained for this. And it was just so much. The lights, just being there, the twins' dad at that time, like he had to go and like get changed and everything like that. So I was in there for a little bit by myself, and like I had a lot of anxiety. I had my first twin, Sekani, and like I said before, they couldn't really tell me what was going on. From the looks of him, it looked like he wasn't really getting that much blood. So, you know, they kept trying, and he didn't make it. Malachite made it, and then we transferred to another hospital. and we were just keeping the faith. We got to the other hospital, it was very much way better care. They definitely took care of us, and I felt like everybody that was there, like the doctors that was there, they was definitely meant to be there, because my mindset was so like off. I was such in just like a, you know, like I was just trying to do my best because I still had another twin. So like everything that they was telling me to do, like I was just trying to do. He was in the NICU, and they were just saying, if you pump, we can, you know, give him droplets of your milk, and that may help. You know, being around him may help. Long story short, he didn't make it. And I'm not the type of person that really likes hospitals, or I very much would have rather been in a birth center in something more holistic. But, you know, I had to do what I had to do at the time. As far as like me continuously going to these appointments, them telling me that I was okay, telling me that everything's all right, and then for that to happen, and even till this day, 2023, June 21st, my soul returned, they're like, yeah, unfortunately, like with the last situation, we still don't know what could have happened. Like maybe your cervix could have opened, maybe Sekani wasn't getting enough blood flow, maybe for you to do 7+ years studying this type of shit and still not knowing what you talk about, you completely lose my respect. This video isn't to blame anybody. Like I said, it's to spread awareness, and I just really feel like people should be more conscious of where they give birth, and who they're letting attend to their body and their spirit. Do what you want to do, but this is just my opinion. This is really what I want to touch bases on as far as the hospital. Everybody and everything wasn't all that bad though. Like it was a lot of people that you could tell genuinely cared. It was even this one lady, like, you know, at this point I wasn't really grasping it, but Malachite and Sekani's dad was. She wasn't beating around the bush, she was just real 100. Like, you know, things like this happen, and especially with the first pregnancy, it's very common, it's very unfortunate, but you have to look at who you want to be after, you know, and like who you want your baby to see you as. And you know, she was just saying things like that, and that person went, girl, you don't even know me, like why are you why, you know. And it wasn't really hitting me at that point until after I got out of the hospital. And I'm very spiritual, and I believe that even though they're not here, they're still here. I know that they're looking down. I don't want them to be disappointed. That's why I just continue to be a good person, and I continue to just try to do better and be better. I hope they're proud. I don't know. That's how I felt about the hospital. I'm not going to get too deep into that. As far as people in my life, if you don't know, I am vegan. Most people in my life do know that. It was a lot of bullshit going on around this time, and a lot of people talking and not really knowing what they're talking about. So it was, and these are things that I found out after. Quite a few people that had comments on, oh, well, maybe she wasn't getting enough protein, or oh, maybe so-and-so, if this didn't happen, if so-and-so. I feel like all of you are very illiterate, and you should do more research. First of all, like I said multiple times, I'm going to continue to say it, nothing I did was at fault. And to this day, the hospital keeps reminding me of that. So when people want to talk about veganism and talk about, oh, not enough protein and oh, things like that, I just really feel like you should just mind your business and not speak on that. Not only that, it was people touching my stomach, people in my car. I'm giving rides to these people, and you sitting here talking negatively on me and my situation, and then you want to turn around and touch my stomach. Like, that was so crazy to me. And to this day, if we don't vibe, or if I don't talk to you, now you know why. Because that was just ridiculous to say or even think. Like, you guys are very much programmed. Protein comes from plants. That had nothing to do with it. Like I said, nothing is a coincidence. So when you steadily talking negatively on someone, that energy can be transferred. And it's like, we were telling people the baby's names and things of that sort. And I just really wish we would have held off on that, because maybe some of that energy could have been saved. And it's just very much ridiculous. Like, people really show their true colors when you're going through something tragic like this. To add on to that, it was a lot of people in my family, long-term friends, that were like, oh, I'm gonna come see you. I hope the rain isn't too loud. It was a lot of people that were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come see you, I'll be there this date, da-da-da. Never showed up, never came. And it's like, you didn't even have to commit yourself to that. You could have been like, oh, well, I'm a trier, I got this going on, but I definitely would love to be there for you. these motherfuckers told me they was gonna be there and didn't show up. Like, that was so crazy. But it's also something that I needed to go through. I don't have my glasses on, so that looked like a person. It's also something that I needed to go through because a lot of those people are cut off, and a lot of those people don't have access to me like that anymore. And it's like, I really wanted to put this video out there because even if you don't know, at least I'm releasing it, and now you can kind of have some idea. I think a lot of those people know. Like, it was just very much ridiculous. Yeah, just the commenting on things you don't know about my health and things like that. And it's like, just because I don't eat dead things doesn't mean that I'm not healthy, or I don't, like, to even think that or portray that is crazy to me. Like, live your lifestyle, do what you want to do, but you're eating dead things and you want to talk about me and then rub my stomach. Like, that was so mind-blowing to me when I found these things out. And this very much needs to be spoke about because it's a lot of people that's becoming more conscious and trying to get into that vibe and stuff like that. And follow your own intuition. Don't let nobody tell you that, oh, well, that's not healthy, or what about protein, or what. Protein comes from plants. Animals eat plants. That's how they get protein. Do your own research before you start to talk about some shit. Long story short, I really hope that, like, the people that did, if you are watching this video and you did speak on me in any type of way like that, I really hope you feel bad and, like, kind of repent and just cleanse that, you know. All is forgiven. I've released. But next time, if you're in a situation like this and you know somebody's pregnant, maybe just don't speak on them. Along the lines with other things spiritually, I'm not going to really get into because I know a lot of people can't grasp it, but I definitely believe that negative energy can be put onto you, passed down through generations, or it can be in your present, past, whatever. It was a lot of low vibrational people around me, and that's why I'm so much more protective over myself now. All is forgiven, you know. I'm not gonna continuously hold a grudge or anything like that, but just know I'll never mess with any of you the same, like, regardless. Just know that I know. I'm very intuitive. Even if you didn't say it out your mouth, even if you thought it, these are things that I can feel. So I definitely wanted to touch base on that and express how I feel about that, because people like to talk a lot, and especially on things that they don't know. And it's like, for me to be going through that and feeling the emotions that I felt, a lot of people was upset that I wasn't talking to them and stuff like that. And then you still manifesting negativity in your mindset concerning me. So that's why I'm very much a lone star, and that's why I kind of do things on my own and just be on my own wave. You get what I'm saying? That was a few things that disappointed me. And I also want to spread awareness to anybody that's pregnant or thinking about being pregnant. And this is just general awareness. You have to be careful of who you're giving your energy to, and your health, and also your partner's health too. Because if somebody's ejaculating in you and they're not that healthy, that can play an effect on your body, your baby. And not only that, just outside energy, period. Be careful of who you let touch your stomach. Be careful of anything that you let doctors try to tell you, thinking they know this. Oh, take this and do that. I would just suggest always going the natural route first, regardless of what you believe in or anything like that. Just try it, because you can't really knock it until you try it. And I really want to spread that awareness and give that advice. And also, something else I found out: when you do get pregnant by somebody, basically their sperm lives within you for 7+ years. So while y'all out here just giving out energy to other people and stuff like that, be mindful of that, and be mindful of the type of person that you're dealing with. I know spiritually exactly what happened, but I'm not willing to share. As far as a 3D to wrap your mind around it, since there's no logical explanation as to what happened. It was a unfortunate event in the eyes of doctors. To wrap up the video, I want to talk about a few more things that deeply disturbed me, and then I'm going to end it off with things that I'm grateful for throughout the journey. I pretty much touched base on the whole negativity and people speaking and stuff like that, just because your life didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out. And even on the twins' dad's side, somebody in his family, they had twins, and then their significant other went through something, so they were kind of like putting that in his head. And it's just like, why would you even do that? Like, imagine if that energy was never even there. So that was a bit disappointing. Just people not being as conscious and aware and mindful of their energy. Like, I'm just a different breed. I would never do that. I would never even think, I don't even think negative thoughts onto people. Like, if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna tell you, just like I'm telling y'all now. That's just the type of being that I am. Another thing that disturbed me was not being able to like do more research on the birthing center, just be able to even have that energy around me to maybe that could have calmed me down, or maybe them leaving the umbilical cord on them longer would help Sekani. I've always wanted twins my entire life. Like, this is something that I knew that I would have, and I knew that I would have them with the person that I had them with. That just deeply disturbs me, that I'm here and I'm on this plane and they're not here, you know? That's always going to disturb me. I'm gonna always question that. And as far as the things that I'm grateful for, I'm just grateful that I was even able to have twins, even though they're not on this plane. They're still around me. They're very much surround me. They're right here. And then I have their bracelet right here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, bracelet's right there. Regardless of all the negativity, it was so much positivity and so much warmth that surrounded us during that time, and community. Like, even with the twins' dad's side, their grandmother and then their great grandmother. Like, I'm just grateful that I can even have things like this. Like, their great grandmother on their dad's side gave me this, so when I'm able to have a space to make them an altar, I'm gonna put that in there. And my cousin, you know, she made me this. She has a business, so I sent this to her. And then, you know, I think it's important to cherish the memories and always keep their energy alive when you go through situations like this, because it's actually unfortunately very common for your first pregnancy for you to have a stillbirth or a miscarriage, or sometimes your baby just doesn't make it due to premature labor. So I think it's important to keep their spirit alive and never forget, and let them know that you love them, and they can feel you, they can see you. And benevolent spirits and energies, they can't really be around too much torment or too much negativity. If you are spiritual and you want to connect with them in that sense, just definitely be mindful of that. But overall, I'm just very grateful that I was even able to have twins, because that's something that I've always wanted, and I knew that I would, and I always said that. So I'm so surprised that I kept it together for this long. But yeah, it was for them, so they definitely are here with me now, and they're kind of getting me through this video, and they're like, yeah, you need to say these things. It needs to be out there, because there's somebody out there struggling right now. And I just want to talk to those type of people right now and just say, like, never give up, and confide in people that are there to support you, like your family, your friends. If you don't have support, you definitely got to go find some, whether it's therapy, whether it's some type of Reiki, healing, counseling, anything. Just don't be alone, because when you're alone and your mindset isn't the sharpest, and your mindset is kind of rocky and in a dark place, that's never good. So I'm just very grateful to all the people that supported me through the time, and all the people that said they were gonna come through and actually came through. Like, y'all kept me going. I want to spread healing and positivity to women that may have suffered, and also men that may have suffered any stillbirths or premature labors, or even if your babies were older and you lost them. I just really want to send you healing. I'm going to play like a little healing meditation at the end. You can listen to it. It's not going to be too long, but yeah, I just want y'all to know that you're not alone. And, you know, if you've suffered anything, you can definitely comment, and also be kind to each other, the mothers and fathers, if you ever gone through something like this, because yes, it's deeper, because a woman carries a baby, and the connection is like nothing really compares to that. But men go through it too, especially emotionally. And that's all I have to say about that. So thank y'all for watching.